Good evening, everybody. I am covering DCR Part 8, which is for the physically challenged people. The DCR is not new, it has been already covered DCR 41 or earlier DCR, which was in an unsigned manner. Now, this is detailed specification is given, and thanks to the town planners who have made it possible. Part 8. So, next. Application. The provisions shall apply to the common areas of residential building as well as public, all the buildings of public buildings such as office building, hotels, schools, colleges, industrial buildings, shopping complex, mall, etc. All these buildings should require barrier-free design. Next. So the access should be barrier-free, that is without any obstruction for physically challenged people. These buildings shall be provided with at least one accessible entrance door through main entrance of the building. At least one continuous unobstructed accessible route to be provided for all the facilities. So this is typically access for ramp provided within the steps. An exclusive ramp which is provided. So passenger alighting and boarding point should be provided at the level of approach for each person for disabilities to alight and board a vehicle. The width of this entrance door shall not be less than 0.85 and the width of the corridor shall not be 1.2. Whenever there is a level difference, the level difference shall be made out with the taking a slope of gradient 1:2 for 15 mm, 1:5 slope for difference of 15 to 50 mm, and 1:10 slope for difference of 50 mm to 200 mm, and 1:12 slope for the 200 mm. Drop-off zone should be in the compulsory where we can have the 4.5 meter length as well as 1.5 meter medium width. The drop-off zone should be of a non-skid material. Curb cut area. This is provided for access from street to the plot. The curb cut area shall be provided every pedestrian crossing. Maximum gradient of a curb ramp should be 1.12. Maximum gradient for the flare side, that is sideways, it should be 1.10. 1:10. The minimum width of this slope should be 1.2 meter here. Then the curb ramp and curb flares should be finished with a non-skid material. Tactile brace structure warning shall be provided in building. This is a typical photograph where the curb track is provided. The tactile finish with the in between they have shown. This is also photograph is shown. Next. Access enable parking back. This is a barrier-free parking which we have to provide. The number of parking spaces for vehicles given by person with disability should be computed as here. The one number we have to provide for every publicly accessible development. Then one number additional for first 50 parkings. Then additional for next 50 parkings, one number we have to provide. For every subsequent 200 spaces, we have to provide one number additional. So this is not here whether the parking requirement is inclusive of a DCR 33 which is mentioned in DCR 33. The location of the parking. Next. The location of accessible parking, enabled parking, we have to access enabled parking should be provided at the lowest parking level and closest to the pedestrian entry and exit route for easy accessibility. Minimum width of access enabled parking should be 3.6 by 7.3. This is a standard parking size for parallel parking. The clearly visible vertical signpost to be provided of 0.6 by 0.6 and a square sign of handicap logo of 1.1 meter to be provided in the center of the space. Next. This is a typical layout, parking layout for the handicap person. They have provided this vertical lamppost as well as 1.1 meter wide. This logo is provided and the size is 7.3 by 3.6. The fire exits and emergency exit strategy for the disabled. It is covered in regulation 27.5. Clear and well illuminated signage indicating the escape routes to be provided in the corridor at junction. 2 wheelchair spaces of size 0.8 by 1.2 meter is to be provided in the refuge area. All stairs next to the refuge area should have a clear width of 1.2 meter and between the entrance and trail of 0.25 meter side. Next. This is a typically provided properly designated fire compartment is shown and fire suspension system is a combined fire. So we can provide the alarm system as well as sprinklers and the fire exit doors. The plinth level access with the ramp and steps is covered in Regulation 27.6. The ramp to be provided with a maximum of 1:12 slope, which is earlier. The width should be minimum 1.5 meter and the length should not be more than 9 meters. The surface should be of anti-skid or tactile. The level landing of 1.8 meter into 1.2 meter should be provided at the base and mid and top level. Ramp shall be provided with a handle preferably on both sides of a sides at 0.9 steps to be provided not less than 1.2 meter. Open type riser design is not allowed in the public building. Next. So this open type riser staircases are not allowed, and these are typical ramp with a tactile paving is shown. Next. Then the handles and grab bars. Handles and grab bars shall be provided both sides of the ramp and steps staircase which has width less than 1.8 meter. Handles should be at two levels. One is 0.9 and lowest is at 0.75. Handles should be designed to have a firm and comfortable grip. Next. Then the protruded objects shown in the common areas. Any objects with a leading edge above 0.58 meter from the floor level shall not protrude more than 0.10 meter. So this is the maximum height, 0.58, and then up to that 10 meter protrusion is allowed. Any object above height of 0.58 meter from the floor level may protrude more than 0.10. That is so more than 0.10. The minimum maximum height is 58. The typical area of paint detection they are shown. So the any objects more than 2 meters, any protrusion can be allowed. Next. Similarly, freestanding post should, whenever it is placed, it should be between the height of 0.58 and 2 meters from the floor level shall have an overhang of not less than 0.30 meters. So this is the overhang on the standing post, but the maximum height is 0.58 here, and the 2 meter above that any overhang is possible. The maximum height for the bottom edge of freestanding objects with a space of more than 0.30 meter between supports shall be maximum 0.58 from the floor level. So this standing post maximum height permissible is 0.58. Yes. The headroom requirement, the minimum clear headroom in pedestrian area shall be 2.2 meter, and whenever it is reducing, you should have a barrier of 0.58 meter. Door and doorways. So publicly accessible building should have automatic and self-closing doors instead of manual doors. Manual doors should have incorporated peak plates of 0.30 to 0.40. Revolving doors should be avoided as far as possible. The typical minimum clear opening of a doorway is shown. For a sliding door it is 0.85. Then for a swing door also it is same, and the folding door is shown. So minimum distance clearance is 0.85. Next. So doorways, when they are opening on one-way side doors, it shall have a space of 0.60 meter on the pool side. So pool side is that there, so you require a larger space. 0.60 is mentioned there. When it's a push side, the space could be reduced to 0.30. Yes. So requirements of the lifts. Here, access enable lift should be provided in public building with unobstructed area of 1.2 meter and 1.4 meter. That's the size of clear size of a lift with a door opening of 0.9 meter. Then car buttons should be placed between 0.9 and 1.2 for easy accessibility. Grab bars should be provided in the car lifts on all three sides. Audio announcement is mandatory in each lift. Next. Whenever there is no provision of lift or ramp, then the provision for a platform lift or wheelchair stair lift is compulsory. So here you can see the wheelchair attached to the railing. Same similar here, and this one more here. Next. So platform is also shown. Typical platform is ascending. Then there is a platform lift here. There is no ramp provision. That is why it is made. Here also is a platform lift. No ramp. That is why it is made. Okay. So sanitary provision. So minimum unaccessible enable door of WC should be provided within every publicly accessible building, preferably on the ground floor of the size 1.5 meter by 1.75 meter, without swinging door of clear opening of 0.9 meter. Floor shall have a non-slippery surface. In every washroom and water closet compartment of wheelchair wheels, emergency compartment should be provided. In WC compartment, clear space of not less than 0.9 into 1.5 meter. Adjustment to water closet shall be provided. This is a typical layout of a toilet for physically handicapped people. The bars provided for the urinal. In the circulation within the WC there, so they need a space here so that it can be used. WCC can be used. So you need a space here. Adjacent to the street. Next. So this is the single toilet layout which is shown with the all accessible thing within the layout is shown within the toilet. Next. This is a public toilet where 1.2 meter by 1.2 meter clear space is required. Then 1.5 at the entry you need a clear space of 1.5 by 1.5. There are special requirement provisions for the public spaces mentioned in DCR 27.18 in cinema theaters, auditorium, concert hall or stadium. a minimum 2 wheelchair space admitting point at 9 into 1 km shall be provided where there are 200 seats or less. Probably we do not have such kind of arrangement here, you can see. Additional 1 wheelchair space shall be provided for every subsequent 200 seats or parked thereafter. All healthcare facilities should be provided to the general public should be fully accessible to the person with varying disability. All arrival and entrance areas should be fully and autonomously accessible to persons using mobility aids and to persons with a visual impairment. Each floor should have at least 1 wheelchair toilet facility. So the typical auditorium layout is shown with the wheelchair arrangement. Yes. Also similar, there is no seat provision and then the wheelchair can be placed here as well as here. The requirements of a department store. For department store, the provisions are mentioned in 59 and 59. At least 1 wheelchair accessible checkout lane and counter shall be provided in every department store. So we see such arrangement nowadays. Then the high written storage rack should be minimum 1.2 meter to allow for a person and wheelchair to pass. It is recommended at least 1 accessible changing room should be provided with a foldable door. Next. So the typical images shown for the aisle as well as the counter. In the requirement of ATM, vending machine, bank, post office, wheelchair accessible service counters in banks shall not be more than 0.8 meter from the floor level. Whenever there is a writing arrangement, then the height should not be more than 0.86 from here. Typical images are shown. So how can we still improve in this? Is there any chance to improve? Yeah, fitness center. We should provide rehab centers and accessible fitness facilities for physically handicapped people. Then we should have functional websites for handicapped children that come in handy when moving around. So these are the gymnasium shown. Yeah. Next. So transportation. Our transportation authority should run a paratransit service which should provide a door-to-door pre-scheduled transportation for anyone who cannot use public transportation. So here the door-to-door service is shown there. The transportation coaches should be fitted with a wheelchair lift or seats which can be removed or accommodated. It can be accommodated, wheelchair can be accommodated. Buses should have a kneeling function which allows the body of the coach to be lowered down by 12 cm to provide access to disabled. Like this 12 cm difference is there here. Nice. So leisure facilities, we should also provide leisure facilities for these people. Leisure facilities such as barriers to swimming pool, which I have not seen anywhere. It could be the wheelchair accessible ramp, a wheelchair accessible changing room, and WC should be provided. For visually challenged, all facilities should be provided, marked in large and bright colored letters, as well as an arrangement for clear announcement should be made. These are facilities shown. This person can go down on a bucket and swim. I think Orlando they have done this. Okay. Next. Then the brain science and city maps. We should have audio and videos, sound, stop announcement in every mode of transport. Brain science and city-centric maps should also be provided at prominent places. Such facilities, I believe they have already provided DCR Mall at Thane, one of the first malls in the country. So most of the provisions what we have seen is mentioned in part DCR should be guidelines as far as possible, I believe, and not as a regulation. Next. So always treat disabled with a dignity. Well, I am also covering one more part 10 is environmental sustainability. Next. Environmental sustainability involves protecting the natural world with a particular emphasis on preserving the capability of the environment to support human life. Environmental sustainability forces businesses to look beyond making short-term gains and look at the long-term impact that they are having on the natural world. The regulations covered are next. Rainwater harvesting, regulation 33. Earlier in regulation it was 33 square meter plot, it was mandatory. Now they are going to 2000 square meter area. Consultant is required for this. Next. There are different types of rainwater system. Open well system where rainwater can be channelized or rainwater harvest system from collection. Or surplus rainwater will be used for recharge of groundwater for pollution fields. So this is a digital image where there is a recharge well is shown. Then the open wells are shown where the surface water can and the water from terrace can be accumulated. Even the percolation field, the runoff water will come and percolate in the field. Next. So solar water heating system regulation 34. The earlier provisions are same as DCR 38, 31. The solar water system shall be provided for the following building: hotels, then hospitals, guest houses, police, army barracks, canteen, laboratory, research institute, hostels, school, colleges, and other institutes. Grey water recycling. Regulation 35. Presently insist only where built areas exceeding 20,000 meter as per 20,000 square meter as per MOF condition. that more than 4,000 square meters shall have to be provided with recycle and reuse of wastewater. It is a recycling of wastewater other than WC water. Separate plumbing network is required in the purple blue color, and consultant for wastewater cycling is mandatory. Wastewater shall be recycled by installing a recycle plant is to be provided. Treated wastewater can be used for the gardening, toilet or flushing water, etc. So, STG plants and disposal. Presently, insisted only given the treated area is more than 20,000 square meter as per India condition. Now, development of all plots having area more than 4,000 square meter or for a building type of high-rise pool that is above 70 meters, this is made mandatory. The STG structure must be compact and completely covered with a plant and with no foul or odor around it. Treated water quality shall be non-potable standards and can be used for gardening, flushing or car washing, etc. Tree plantation. Existing trees to be preserved in any development. Double trees shall be planted if you cut any single tree. Then every plot shall have one tree of every 100 square meter plot, excluding the plain area. And trees shall be planted taking care that they are not obstructing the firefighting vehicles during emergency. So energy efficient building. Certification complying requirements of provisions IGBC and ECBC shall be applicable to all commercial buildings, public building, residential building having built area more than 4,000 square meter. So consultant for energy efficient building is also required for such kind of proposal. Next. Solid waste segregation is provision 39, because separate you have to have separate colored bins to collect dry waste and wet waste. Then separate bins for disposal of hazardous waste also to be provided as per guidance of MOA. Environment impact analysis, it is mandatory as per the notification dated 1/12/2009. EI report and compliance of requirement of notification shall be submitted along with MCGM proposal. Next. So suggestion is all plot area, whatever is mentioned in this regulation should be net plot area, and NOC should not be insisted when all these conditions are made a part of a GDCR 2034. Thank you.